Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pop Culture Green Room. This is Kimberly Bryant. Of course, today Blair is noticeably missing. That's okay. She's a little under the weather. But guess what? We've got a special guest today. We've got Matthew J. Hello, Matthew.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here with us. I'm super excited because, oh my gosh. Okay, I love your energy, so that's awesome. And everybody, he is also a podcaster as well. So I'm super excited. And we're gonna start with celebrity gossip like we normally do, celebrity news. At first, there really wasn't a whole lot going on because we were just discussing, did Kourtney Kardashian have her baby? Did she not have a baby yet? Of course, she was in the hospital, and we saw Travis Barker at the hospital, and then we were like, okay, maybe she went into labor, or we were hoping not for the worst or anything. And then Kylie shows up, and then Kim shows up. So it looks like as of about 4:30 p.m. Pacific, according to TMZ, that Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker have left the hospital with a baby. So it looks like she's had a baby. So congratulations to her.
Oh my God, every time I see celebrities or just people, in the public eye have kids, it gives me baby fever.
I know. Oh, I know. Oh my goodness. I know. I wish I had kids. I mean, it's still not too late, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up adopting, but it's oh my goodness, like it's exciting. I'm just happy for her, like because it's like give it up to the girls, the women, not girls, women who are
Yeah.
44 plus that are giving birth. It's like mad props to her. I love that, and that
Yeah.
really
No,
makes me happy.
I think that people should not be shamed for whenever they want to have a kid. If it's at 20 or 40 or whenever, like that's up to each person.
Right, yeah, like you do you, boo. And she went through like a lot, like with the I guess it was like whatever they were trying. I don't know if they tried it in vitro or not. I can't remember, but I know they were going through so many um different, maybe they were, because I know she was shooting up like hormones and everything. So, and she like cut out like alcohol from her diet and like sugar, and she was already kind
Yeah.
of eating like that,
I was
eating
definitely
sugar, but
very health conscious already,
mm-hmm.
but I remember seeing clips on YouTube about her IVF journey, and that looks really intense. I have a lot of
Yeah,
respect for
yeah,
that.
that's what I've heard. I've heard about it. I've had a few friends who've been through it, and they said it's nothing fun. It's not a walk in a
Yeah.
park at all. But I'm excited, so that's good. That's awesome. And the other news story we have, of course, another one, a little one. It's another Kardashian. It's Kim, of course. So it's rumored that she and Odell Beckham Jr. are dating. And I believe it. I do believe that. At first, I was thinking maybe it was like another one of those business deals and
Yeah.
everything that was put together. And it may have been a whole little, let's put them together and see what happens. But I mean, she does have a type, which is true. Athletes, I mean, she's got a history of dating athletes. So I mean, go for it. If that's what she likes, that's what she likes. And I mean, I like it. I'm all for it. But I love Kim K to begin with. She's like one of my favorite business women. She's awesome. And Odell, I mean, he's a local. I mean, he's from New Orleans. So how can I not like him? And we've got some of the same circle of friends. Like, so I have close friends of mine who went to school with him and played, I believe like Pop Warner football or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So that's awesome.
No way.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think
Definitely so.
together. I could see them being a couple for
Yeah. Oh
sure.
yeah. Me too. So can I. So that's super exciting. But yeah. So other than that, it's been, I mean, pretty slow on the celebrity news front. But of course we had a big weekend, of course, because it was BravoCon weekend. I'm super excited about that.
I wish I could have gone. I've been talking to some people about maybe setting something up to go next year.
Hmm.
Obviously, that's a ways away, but I definitely just seeing like last year and this year, it's like it's made me definitely sure that I do think it'd be fun to go.
Yeah, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind going at all. And it seems like every year it gets better and better, that's usually how it goes. I don't know where it will be next year, but yeah, you definitely have to start planning for it now. That's for sure. But I would like to go. It looks like everybody had fun, and of course, like I figured for the most part, the celebrities will be on their best behavior because they're kind of like they want to get their contracts renewed. So that
For
didn't
sure.
really surprise me too much. But yeah, it looked like it was. It seemed like everybody was pretty much well behaved. I've been following like the BravoCon Facebook groups just to kind of like see people's stories and like what was going on, and it seemed like it was pretty much across the board. Like you found out um who are the favorites out of the Bravo celebrities and so forth and all, but yeah, it was pretty interesting. What I completely forgot to do is I didn't go on Peacock and watch um the like
Oh,
the
the panels.
specials, yeah, the coverage on Peacock. I totally forgot about that. So I was just going on YouTube and seeing what I could find, but it was pretty
It
interesting.
was a
Of course, I heard Jeff
little
Lewis
bit
was a riot.
like, you know how on YouTube, it's kind of abridged.
Hmm.
I watched the or one of the panels, and it was like 4 hours.
Oh, really? It was that long?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
And no, don't get me wrong, like it definitely was a good watch for sure. I think people should definitely check it out. But I did have to do some skipping.
oh yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But yeah, that's a lot. That is a whole lot. But it was, of course, we all knew. Jeff Lewis is unfiltered. He just started. He like went to town and just started. It was but the good thing was I heard that he made some jokes about Kyle Richards again. I think like saying that she was a lesbian or something, but she just kind of let it roll off her shoulder because she's like, "That's Jeff. That's who he is. He's joking." I guess she's like kind of getting used to that. And
Yeah. How do you
I'm
feel
trying to
about
think
him?
of any other highlights from that, but
Yeah. Are you into Jeff Lewis? Like, do you listen to his show?
I don't listen to it that much. I started to recently, like dipping into it and listening to his podcast. I actually from series, I'll catch the next day on YouTube and I'll start like listening to it. But I was a huge fan of Flipping Out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I
I
loved Flipping Out. Like I was hooked on that show years ago, but that's how I first heard of him. But yeah, he's he's something else.
yeah, I definitely see a lot of people get really triggered by his brand of honesty.
Hmm.
And I don't dislike him. I just think that he is very to the point, very blunt, and sometimes, um, in my opinion, I feel like he could use a little bit more of a sensitivity chip. But then that's just me because I definitely
Yeah.
am.
No, but you're right. I agree. And he knows how he is and everything. And I think he runs on a lot of emotion and all, but it's like, but the good thing is what I do appreciate is the fact that he acknowledges his he owns and acknowledges how he is and his
Yeah,
behavior. Usually he's like one of the first people to mention that. So
I
there's
like
that
he's
for
self-aware,
sure.
and I
But
really like that because I think that so many people that hear, constant positivity and are constantly being supported, like that's great. But I think I've witnessed quite a few people kind of become unaware of how they come off or just how they treat people, like Ramona, for example.
hmm, yeah, oh yeah, no, that's true. That makes a lot of sense. But yes, so I knew that was there. That was that part of it. What else was some? Those are the big highlights, of course. Ariana and Tom Sandoval being on the same stage. Okay, so I understand. Okay, the whole
Yeah.
the whole scandal. Okay, it was shitty. Everything was shitty the way it happened and it went down. But come on, it's been what almost. It's been how many months now? It's been a long time. I think I think
It's
he
been a
paid his
year.
dues. It's been so
They filmed it, right?
huh?
It's been a year since they filmed it, right? Because it just came out this past year,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
season 10.
yeah, I think it has been about a year. So it's been a long time since the scandal I think hit in March, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I believe it was March it hit. But still, that's been a long time. I think there's a lot of people that have done a lot worse, in this world. And of course, like we said, I think he's paid his dues and everything. But it's like
For sure.
I think people need to just leave it, just move on already. But
Yeah.
and it's like it seems like everyone's still clinging on to it. I'm like, how much hate can somebody actually get?
Right. I definitely can understand when the story first broke and people were putting pieces together and
Right.
people oh, the episodes were premiering and everything, it's gonna be triggering. I think for anyone that's been cheated on, whether it's in public or not, it definitely is gonna bring up some stuff, and people are passionate. Like, that's something I've really noticed about, Bravo fans or just, people that are, um, in people that are into reality TV. They definitely are
Yeah,
very have their
that's
favorite,
true. Yeah,
and
which is yeah, very true.
it definitely could be a lot, but I feel like, it's gone from that and being understandable, because people are, have been through similar situations to now people are still taking an opportunity to pile on. And she's not
Right.
even like Ariana isn't even so triggered by it as much. And
Mhm.
so then
Right,
why
because
are,
she's moving forward, and she's got like a great guy. Like she seems to be very
yeah,
happy.
she's
She's
moving
doing
on
great
with
on
her life
Dancing with the Stars. She's got
in
all
a
these
great,
opportunities. She's doing well, and I feel like I just personally feel like he's a human being and he's taken enough of a beating, and I
yeah,
don't
like getting,
understand oh, what's that?
people are getting abusive about it.
Yeah, and they are, and I think it's getting like a little too far, and then also too, kind of like also like Andy Cohen had mentioned as well. But I mean, I'm glad to see that the cast has kind of like backed off of him a lot, which is
Yeah,
great because you know how when things first happen, there's a lot of emotion and I mean, things get explosive and there's all that energy behind it, but over time it starts to die down and everything.
yeah,
So it's kind of like I think that everyone else needs that to happen. But I don't know. I think the fans of Bravo and Vanderpump Rules, I think a lot of them won't settle down until there's something else big that really hits another big kind of, I guess, scandal. But
yeah,
whatever it is, I'm like, he didn't physically harm anybody. He didn't,
yeah. He wasn't like out here murdering people or anything. Like, I
yeah.
think
So it's
Andy's on
mhm.
the reunion that this group is an entire group of cheaters except for Katie.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was actually getting at, and I'm so glad you finished that up and followed up because that's what Andy Cohen had mentioned. He said everyone, he's like Katie's the only one up here who's been faithful, and that was very true. That didn't that wasn't cheating, but yeah. So there was that, and of course Carl and Lindsay from Summer House. So they
Yeah,
were on the same stage together in BravoCon for the first time since that whole engagement had broken off. I won't say for like I'm not the biggest Lindsay fan just because of like her in the past. Like she was a very hard pill to swallow for me.
yeah.
Um, but she looked great though. She did. She looked great. She looked stunning. At
She
BravoCon,
is,
I think Carl looked great too. And but yeah, I think he did the right thing by unplugging that wedding and not going through with the marriage because I know they were supposed to get married in November. I It's like hearsay. Like he's saying that the cameras weren't pulled out for like they he says he's saying that it wasn't a setup. I guess he didn't set her up, but
oh, yeah. But
she's
it looks,
saying that he's friends with someone in production and told them what was going on and they just had to pick cameras up. So that's what she's saying how it played out. But however it is, it's like I just always knew just it was a bad idea. I didn't like them together as a couple. I felt like it was. And I feel like Carl just isn't really ready to be with anyone right now. Um,
yeah.
he's still dealing with
Isn't
a
he,
whole lot.
he's dealing with sobriety, right?
Hmm. Yep, and
That's
that on top of the death of his brother, which led to his a main reason that also led to his sobriety. So it's like good on him. I'm glad that he's looking out for himself and is taking care of himself. And
yeah. I feel like it especially because I've been through it. I feel like when you kind of come to that realization of, okay, I need to do things differently. I need to remove myself from environment, stop drinking, whatever it is. It's like it really puts a lot of relationships into question, and you have to put your recovery first. And even if that
right.
means breaking judgment or distancing yourself from people that are just not healthy for you in the place that you're at now, it's like,
Hmm.
can't even imagine how devastating that is for her.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But I really respect that he went through with what he needed to do for himself because at the end
I
of the day,
agree. Hmm.
really,
Yeah, because I think he still has a lot he's trying to figure out. I think he's trying to figure out a whole lot right now. Like he actually started working for Loverboy again part time, so that already shows you right there that something, he's trying to fix something that was probably like a miss for him. But I definitely wish him the best of luck. And um, Lindsay, girl, I guess keep hitting that PR. You can tell she's a PR queen. It's like just
Yeah, for sure.
like all of a sudden it's like paparazzi cameras come out and like all these things show up and she gets an exclusive in a magazine. Yeah, she's doing her job for herself. That's good. Good on
Yeah.
her.
The one thing that bugs me about these shows is I love them. Like they will always have a special place in my heart because I grew up on it.
Mhm.
But it just, as much as people definitely probably know at least a little bit of what they're getting into, it just feels so exploitative when something happens. You pick a camera up immediately, like they aren't even given time to really process anything, and then they have to um, work through it in front of the world, and then they maybe don't handle it the best, and then they're annihilated for it.
Right, yeah, which is true. And it's like I don't think I would have done that on camera, but however, I thought about it. I had completely forgotten about it until I realized that the not this season, but the season before of Winter House. Well, Lindsay and um Jason were a thing.
Jason,
And
like
oh, I'm sorry.
Jason, like Giselle's Jason.
Yes, uh-huh. Yeah, they were like they had a thing going on Winter House, and then that didn't work out. And she brought up on camera, because I remember he was caught off guard about it. She had brought up on camera about how she had a miscarriage for him and everything. And it's like he was kind of like caught off guard because he didn't expect her to bring that up and
Yeah,
talk about it and everything and stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, now like the shoe's on the other foot.
yeah. That I can't even imagine what it's like to hear that news in front of a camera.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, but it's like at the same time, it's kind of like it is what they signed up for. It's for their lives to be played out
Yeah,
on national television. So there was that. And then oh yeah, Shannon Bedore. She looked great. Did you see her?
yeah. She looked amazing.
Yeah, she looked really great. And it's like you could tell that because I knew that like whenever you stop drinking alcohol for a while, even when I do, it's like people look so much better. Just a lot better.
Yeah,
So she looked a lot better, but
yeah,
she seemed like she seemed like she really wasn't there. Like she just didn't seem really that connected. Almost feel like they probably had her on benzos or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but sometimes they'll put people like um that are coming off of alcohol in large
oh,
quantities of it. I know that sometimes they'll put them like on medications or things like that. So she seemed like she was medicated to me.
I've heard of that with smoking cigarettes. Like
Mhm.
sometimes people fiend so bad that they get sick, like physically sick, and they have to be put on something to kind of wean
Yeah,
themselves.
like yeah, and so I don't know if that it was that. Like that's just I'm assuming. Like I don't want to like make any kind of like speculations, but
Oh no, no, no.
like to me that's what it seemed like. So, and a few people had like podcasts and everything that I've
Yeah,
listened to, like blogs that mentioned that she seemed like she was just not she wasn't that engaged. That's the right word. She kind of seemed like a little bit of distance. And when I really noticed it was whenever Vicky and Tamara were bickering back and forth, and there was I think they were bickering about Teddy Mellencamp, and you could see Shane was just in a corner, just kind of like looking around and just like she just seemed like she wasn't really there. She didn't seem connected, but she looked great though. She looked great. I'm glad that she was able to go and because she's got a
just
long road ahead of her.
yeah, just her journey of seeing her struggle with her weight and being very candid about that,
Mhm.
and to see how far she's come. Despite the DUI and everything, she looks great, and I hope that she is able to, you know, work through this situation, get past it, and do what she needs to do for herself.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's because it's oh man, because it's like that could have been a lot worse than what it was. That could have
Yeah,
been a
because she
whole
never
lot worse. And it's
the
just it's not.
tape.
I just hope her eyes are opened. I really hope that that I mean, I wish it didn't have to come to that for that wake up call, but it was crazy just even watching the season play out. The last
Yeah,
season of Orange County, and like you can tell that she just, oh man, like you could see her spiraling, and it was sad. It was really sad, and it was hard to watch.
yeah, I definitely noticed because I think the season wasn't over yet
Hmm.
until and the DUI had happened, and then I kind of
Yeah,
started
well,
going
the
and
season
seeing.
was over, and the DUI, she had gotten the DUI 10 days after they recorded the season finale.
Yeah, that's pretty close to home.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So that's so it was, yeah. But hopefully, we'll see what happens though. But oh, it's just
Yeah,
it's wild because it's like I think about that episode where it's like she was like ripping on Gina, and then
yeah.
it's like all
Talking
of
about,
a sudden it's kind of like she's almost in like pretty much in that same position. But oh, but I just hope, I wish her the best and hope for the best. And I feel like she's got a lot that she's going through, and she has to
yeah.
process and
She's
go
one of those
through.
people that I feel like I just want to give her a hug, you know?
Hmm.
It's clear that she is a lot, and hopefully this will be her start of something great.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely so. I hope so, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it looked like it was pretty exciting. They had like everybody, they like Real Housewives of like Dubai, of course, the Below Deck crew.
Yeah.
And it was funny because everybody, because it was cute because Lala was like, she's like Captain Jason.
I think that would
So many people were like rooting for like that, for them to like hook up or whatever. I'm
yeah, I
here
saw
for it. I'm like, Lala's doing a damn thing. That's my girl. I
she
love
is.
her. I love her. She's like unapologetic. I mean, no filter. She is who she is, and I love her strength, and I admire her. She's
All
cool.
that she's authentic and that she um, just says how she feels. And she always did that, but I think I've noticed a huge increase in that as far as
Yeah.
like she has stopped drinking. I feel like
Hmm.
she's the most authentic ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she definitely is. Yeah, that she is for sure. So that was really pretty good to see. And I heard a lot of people that went, they said that Brock was awesome. They said he was like super sweet, like really nice and very engaging. I heard the same for like Sheena as well. So I didn't really hear like um and then of course, oh, you saw what happened with the oh boy, with the it was during the New Jersey panel whenever someone had walked up. It was this woman had walked up to the mic and asked Jennifer Aiden like something along the lines of like when are you going to get your head out of Teresa's ass or something, and Jennifer Aiden did not like it, and I feel like she could have. I think she could have chosen something else to come back. I understand getting upset, and with someone coming at you like that, because I get the whole don't start none, won't be none.
Mhm.
However, I think she should have never misgendered the woman to begin with, and then call her big boy. But the first thing I thought about was just watching it, and I heard her just like the way it kept coming out. I felt like number one, she was projecting, and number two, the first thing I could think of, I was like, wasn't she just like a couple seasons ago, like talking about how her daughter like has been, I guess, like suffering with like weight issues and everything, and
Oh
how
yeah,
like that was a big thing. So it's like that just bothered me. Like that kind of like startled me a little bit and everything. So but at the same
yeah,
time, like I was like, I don't know what was going on. Like I wasn't on that stage. I don't know if she had a lot to drink
yeah,
or she was
yeah,
acting on emotion, but however it was just
yeah.
it,
I
it was
can where she, um, there's an audience and
mhm,
she, wants to play to the,
right.
but I do think coming after somebody's body or just anything to do with that is fucked up.
Yeah, and I agree. And that's why I was just like, she could have found another way to,
Right? She could have just said something about,
yeah. And it's like, because my thing is I can't stand it when people go after other people's looks, especially if it's something that they can't change or help.
yeah, or
That
like
bothers me.
surgery or something, like to like a nose job or something. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's just a very cheap insult. Like if you're gonna insult someone, like insult their character.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I do not like to go after looks. I think
Yeah.
it's in very much poor taste. I don't like that. It's just no
And I
matter.
think we
I just feel it makes me feel uncomfortable.
yeah, I think we should all know at this point, like there are just certain things that you just don't go after, like point
Kids,
blank.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
yeah, people's kids, and I think looks. I think that's the reason why Candace uh Basket from Real Housewives of Potomac. That's why like I just she's not one of my favorite people because it's like she always every time every opportunity she gets she hits below the belt and she constantly goes after people's appearances like their looks and
yeah.
it's just like it's like will you stop it's bad it's really bad and it's just like she just and she doesn't stop she doesn't back off and it's like and then if someone does something to her it's just like the tears come and just just the sobbing and
Oh, the triangle
yeah and I'm like
is you.
yeah it's just it's like come on like what's it gonna be are you gonna like constantly like dish it out and then are you gonna take it as well or are you gonna like
I have
chill.
changed in her, and I'm not gonna lie, I definitely have always loved Candace. I do think she does go a little bit far sometimes,
I'll agree to
but
disagree with you on the liking part but
yeah, I think she is meant to be on TV, but could scale back a little bit. And I have noticed just last season and the one episode so far from this season that she has really changed the way that she goes after people, and she really wasn't um at least in my opinion she wasn't that she didn't go that low last year.
yeah mm, not as often but she did go low but not as often I found
Yeah,
yeah she and what was it she called she was calling one of the I think Ashley's was it Ashley's friend maybe like a character from like Sesame Street. It's like
yeah,
it's like she's got
she's just quick with the reads. She
yeah
is
she
just
is. I think you can read people without insulting the way they look and going that far because that's like that's shit. People's born with that. Not everybody can afford plastic surgery. Not everybody wants it. Not everybody needs it. It's just
yeah.
it's
I
like
think it is a cheap
I think
way to
yeah, it is. It's a low blow, and like you said, if anything, go after somebody's character. Like for what they did. Like why go after how they
yeah.
look? Like I
Like,
said, it's just that
I'm
bothers.
sorry
That's something that just bothers me personally a lot.
like I will say though that I am glad that she did stick up for herself and Chris with Giselle last season because that was a crock of
Yeah.
bull.
Oh yeah. That she had every right to do. That I understood. Yeah. That was because I felt like that was a bit of a reach, and
Hmm. I'm very
yeah,
see what
big time
Giselle
reach.
will be to people maybe having opinions about her and Jason.
Yeah, oh yeah. And it's so funny, even though they're 16 years apart, I like them together. I
Yeah, I
like
like
them.
that.
I think it works. I think it works even with him being in New York and she's in DC and if they see each other like what is like every other week, whatever, and it's if it's working for them, it's working for them. So I'm happy for
Yeah,
her. Good Lord, her husband, her ex-husband. Oh my
Jamal.
goodness. Yeah, Jamal Bryant.
Yeah, that was the everything that happened at I think it was the season 5 reunion. That was a lot with the phone number and the like texting other women and getting other women pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a mess.
Yeah,
Completely a
I'm
mess.
just happy, now that she is seeing Jason that she'll stop coming after people's marriages.
Yeah. I think it'll take a little bit of an edge off of her. Maybe
Yeah,
she'll get her groove. I'm sure she's got her groove back. I think she's got it back.
I remember when Karen said, or no, it was Monique that said, Giselle is nicer when her grass is being tended to.
But if you think about that, happens with a lot of people, huh?
Yeah, sometimes you just need
That's a true statement.
a dick.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
If that
Hmm.
so this season and how it plays out with everything with Robin.
I know. And then, but you know what I really appreciated that and I liked her, especially in this most recent episode. I really liked that Giselle, because it goes to show you that she actually really cares about her. She was like, all right, look, clearly, there's infidelity that's going on. We don't know if it's still going on or not, but if it is, like, we're here for you. Like, we've got your back. It's just,
You
oh my goodness. I don't know. I love
needed to,
Robin, but it's like I really don't know how much Juan is like really in it.
yeah, I got the impression over the last couple years that he just isn't as invested, and I feel bad because it just seems, at least to me, that she is just getting played with,
Hmm.
like the cheating
Right. Yeah.
in and it just seems like there isn't consideration for the optics and how it's going to be received. And obviously nobody should live their life based on what everyone's going to think about it,
Hmm.
but like I think with cheating and when family's involved, it definitely should be um it should be considered how that would affect someone publicly.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But yes, that'll be interesting to see how that everything kind of plays out. But to me, it seems like they seem more like, because even Kempire had mentioned it this morning. They look and seem like friends, like more like friends than anything. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
She deserves the world. She deserves a lot, and I hope she's not just settling. But it kind of looks like that might be the case. But I mean, who am I to judge? I don't like. I'm not married. I don't have kids. So she's got a whole family with this man, and they've been together for a really long time. So it's like
Weren't they like high school sweethearts or something?
I think college, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. We've known each other forever, and I can't
I,
imagine.
I know they've been together for a long time. I want to say it's college sweethearts, but I may be wrong. It may have been high school, but I think it was college. But however it was, it's been a really long time, and he's been, and like her parents took him under his wing when he lost
Oh,
his. So I can't remember. I'll have to look back at that, but very interesting now. But
I'm just
there were but yeah, it looked like it was a pretty cool weekend though. And of course,
yeah.
it's all like, and the outfits. Okay, let's talk about. It looks like the trend that came out was it was like the basically like the brief cut, like the underwear cut, um, shorts or bottoms that Paige rocked. Some Aaron, I saw um what's her name again from Below Deck. She had on. She was rocking the same style, and also from and Sierra, from Sierra's on Summer House, and I thought that they all pretty much rocked it. I think that Paige's cut of the style, I think it was more daring, but I think she pulled it off because she's got that confidence. So I think she
Yeah.
pulled it off. I didn't mind it. I liked it, but I thought
I
that Aaron slayed it. Aaron killed it.
will hate Paige, but I love her energy. I think like I'm always down to support a woman that knows her worth and is vocal about it and doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I love her. I actually she's my favorite cast member from Summer House. She's like
Oh hell,
almost my favorite. Yeah, Paige is my favorite. So like whenever she and Craig got together, I loved it. I liked it a lot. Now whether or not they're going to stay together long term, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think he's more into it than she is more into it. But I could be wrong. It's just maybe it might just be her her personality and everything and just her but
I saw that they were I forgot where I saw it, but I saw promo pics that they took for something like a
yes,
joint
she did
venture.
a line. They did another collab for his line of for his pillow braid. Was it sewing down south? Yeah, and they're
Oh,
the promo ads were it was awesome. It was pretty hot. I loved it. I was like, look at that.
I love a good
Chic.
promotional moment like that, like when Candace had all of the ladies in her music video. Like I just love when people kind of capitalize on something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. But it's just so funny how it's like how he Craig like really blew up. He really blew up on Southern Charm. It's like he started off
Yeah.
there and it's like everybody kind of treated him like they kind of like teased him a bit and
Yeah.
like made fun of him. And it's like when you look, he's probably the most successful one out of like all of them. Like, well, I mean, they're actually I don't like. I mean, they're all pretty successful because Vanita's very, very successful too. Oh, I love her. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
I
I
used
see the whole
uh,
vibe.
I've never watched Summer or Winter House, but just I see clips all the time. And so I feel like I've watched it, but I haven't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should
And
get on it. It's I like it. I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. But yeah, it's pretty good. And every now and then you'll see like people from like other Bravo shows like kind of crossed over and everything. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. But
yeah,
and then what happened? Oh, they had the face off.
yeah.
Teddy Mellencamp. Teddy Mellencamp showed up at BravoCon. I don't get the hate. I don't get the Teddy hate. I like
You
her.
don't understand why people
I
hate her
don't.
so
I don't. I don't get it either. Maybe
she's
from what it seems,
proud.
I guess she would make jokes and they just don't land well. It
Yeah,
seems, but whatever reason, it's like so many people just
yeah.
don't like her.
She just doesn't
And they're
have
always
that
like, Teddy, go away.
that
Teddy, go. I'm like, why? I'm like, it's like, yeah, she's not on the show anymore. But I'm like, let the woman live. But I don't know. But and I think people say that she says a lot of lies and everything and stuff. But it's like I don't know. I'm just here for the reality TV.
honestly, I don't keep up with her as much as others, but I have listened to the Two Teas in a Pod podcast, and she genuinely seems like a nice person, like not meant for reality TV. Obviously, she doesn't have that like that read you for filth personality,
Yeah,
but
I think that's what it is, and people just they're just pretty much like just go away. But I'm like, I like her. I don't.
I think Beverly Hills needed that at the time when everyone was so rich and it was sort of unrelatable to a lot of people.
Mhm.
Like I feel like they needed someone who was a little bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong, like she is definitely a part of celebrity life and everything,
Yeah,
but
she's
she's,
Beverly Hills. Yeah, she's
yeah, seems less enamored with all of all of that.
yeah, but it's so weird. It's like I don't understand the hate for her and everything. But
Want to hate on
it's
and
just like the funniest thing
use.
in the world when someone overheard when I was listening to Two T's in the Pod. That was about when I first started listening to it. She's to Vicky, where were you on January 6th? And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my
I don't get. I don't get why Vicky hates her so much. I feel like Vicky doesn't like anybody that might threaten her friendship with Tamara.
it could be, and then there's more things I guess to that. And I could see how that comment from I was surprised that Teddy said it, but I don't know. Actually, should I be surprised? No, I really shouldn't. But it was just it's like one of those things. It's like I can't help but laugh at it because it was
I
just
mean,
I
I
didn't
would be here.
expect for it to come out. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, she really went there.
Yeah.
But I do understand. I get where Vicky was really hurt and upset by that, and she was just like, okay, final straw. That was it. She's like, I was at my place in Puerto Vallarta, and no, and she's like, nope, done. She wrote
Oh,
that
I
off really quick, but
think it was in Daily Dose of Donna today.
so yeah, she was. I didn't. I was trying to watch it, but the live stream, like, it was, um, the connection was bad, so I haven't watched it yet. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her interview with
Yeah.
Teddy. So yeah, that'll be interesting because I know that she and Teddy were friends like years ago. Like they've known each other for a while.
Oh wow, I had no
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. I thought they've been on a vacation together. I knew that they've been on a vacation together. So yeah, it's pretty. That's why I can't wait to
Oh,
see the episode and watch it. So I know that's kind of.
other
Oh, what's that?
other kids know each other.
Yeah, yeah. From what she was
Aw,
saying,
so
they all
cute.
like went on like a group vacation like some years ago.
Yeah,
And that they would like hang out, like have like some of the same friends. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
pretty interesting.
I really respect about Teddy that she has been very, like, very candid about her struggle with melanoma.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like
Yeah.
anything that's that serious is extremely hard to talk about, and just the fact that she is acting like there is not an audience. I respect that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. That's oh, because cancer. Oh, that's
Oh, did you hear about?
cancer.
Uh, I just heard about this happened. I think a couple, like 1 or 2 weeks ago. But I personally love Salt Lake City, and I'm sure you know that because we talked about that. But
Oh yes, this season they are bringing it this season. I'm not gonna lie. Like I haven't been hooked on Salt Lake like this ever. Like it. It's interesting
I feel
because
like
I was honestly I was a little worried. I was a little concerned. I didn't know how it would be with Jen Shaw like not on there and locked up. But then once she's after she's been removed, it's like I mean I already knew she was problematic, but I didn't realize how problematic she was.
I did see though yesterday that there was a page 6 article that Jen had accused a cast member of calling her son the N-word, and
Oh
Bravo,
yeah, I did see that.
like Bravo dropping the ball yet again.
Hmm. And the thing that what sucks is the fact that she's got such a bad reputation that people
No
aren't
one will
believing
believe her.
it. So they're and so now it's kind of like it's like, is it true or is it not true? Because they're
Like,
like,
yeah,
which is true because it's like they said that she hasn't said anything about it for so long and just kind of let it go. But then again, I also look at how
moment,
Nene,
she's down.
like Nene was experiencing things on set,
Yeah,
and it's like she couldn't really do anything about it because like she was still receiving a paycheck from them and everything. So it's like I don't know if it was like one of those types of situations. I could see it being that way, but I think what just
yeah,
doesn't help her case is the fact that she's been so problematic. And but with
no,
me,
she's
honestly,
committed.
I don't like when it comes to racism and shit because I've dealt with so much of it growing up in the deep south. It's like, and that's where my childhood trauma comes in. That's why I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah,
Louisiana, sadly
it's
enough as it is. It's just it's
great.
traumatic. But it's I take that for face value. I have a feel I like I believe it. I do believe it happened, but what sucks, like I said, is the fact that she's got such a bad reputation that I
Yeah,
think that
no,
it's gonna be hard for people to believe it.
and like with anything and with any accusation of racism, I'm most likely going to believe someone unless their track record is lying about every single thing.
Right,
But,
exactly. Yeah.
but I honestly would not be surprised if Bravo, like, because whenever they say, oh, they do investigations, how are they doing their investigations? Because
Mhm.
like they're
Yeah,
missing,
and that's just
or
it.
just,
Like you said, yeah.
and it's, I wish that they didn't do things out of like people threatening to quit the show, and more so just because like they really could set an example. Their platform is fucking huge, and they could just um do things differently to where people are really held accountable, like not necessarily
Right.
being fired but really being held responsible.
Exactly. Yeah, like be accountable for your actions. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Just as simple as that. Just as simple as that. But yeah,
not to not like um the way that Bravo's handled a lot of situations, like any sort of statement that they make, I just feel like it's not authentic, it's not genuine, it's pandering to the audience.
right, right. Yeah. And it's like and they needed to do something a long time ago. And it's like it really didn't. And I mean, oh god, that's another problematic one. But I've seen that for a long time. But even the stuff she would even say, like whenever Ebony did the Black Shabbat dinner, oh
Hmm.
my god, it was a nightmare. It's like Ramona wouldn't she wouldn't shut up, but she was offending everybody around her. But it's just like there's been so many times about it, but she's always so dismissive. Also, look at the fact that she's in her 60s. She's a woman in her 60s. She's not going to change. Everything is so different from the way it was back then. And it's
Yeah,
like I think they just need to just scoot her on out. Like she did it to herself. She put herself in that position, and what bothers me is that so many people want to be dismissive of it, and they're just like, everyone's taking this cancel culture and everything too far and too seriously.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I feel
yo,
like it's funny
have you
that
been called the N word? Have you been dealt with that like face to face? Like, have you experienced it? And it's like people are dismissive of things like that when it doesn't affect them. It's easy to
right,
dismiss.
the people that have never been through a situation or maybe have only witnessed a situation that tell people how to handle it or are telling them if they're overreacting. And I cannot stand when I see people defend her age because I know
Yeah. Oh
people
yeah.
her age that are the sweetest, most aware and considerate to others.
Hmm. Yeah. No.
And
Very. You're right. You're right.
has nothing to do with it. I feel like it's more so experience, it's more so what someone has been exposed to. But I feel like no matter what someone's background is, progress can be made, and she is just continuously choosing to not make any.
Hmm. Yeah, no, and you're exactly right. That's why I said I was like, she's in her 60s. I was like, she's not going to change. It's like
Right.
she's I-
Do a
if
thing.
if she's stuck in her ways like that, and she finds that she's always trying to defend her actions of saying the
Yeah.
things that she does, or trying to, like I said, she's defending her actions of being racist. She's not going to change. You
Yeah,
can't.
she is very much
That's
racist
an
and
old. That's an
able
old.
to,
That's a bad grass you can't kill.
yeah. Like I feel like I wish more people, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say this, but I wish people didn't tiptoe around that word. She has done a lot of racist things for sure. And I feel that she, at the very least, has racist tendencies, if not is just so racially unaware, like just completely.
Right, right, yeah. Oh yeah, yep. It is what it is. Oh yeah, so there was that,
Like,
and then of course Kyle. You saw how Kyle slipped up, and she said, um, that she was going through a divorce on whenever she was on the carpet getting interviewed, and she said
yeah.
it was a slip. So I don't know what's going on. But then Mauricio was out again with Emma Slater, so um,
Oh, I don't know. I feel like they're playing in our face.
yeah, part of me thinks that, and I could see that happening because that's, I mean, all press to me is good press almost.
Yeah.
Except if you're really getting canceled where you're like your whole livelihood finances get shut down, then all press isn't good press. But I mean, I
Yeah.
guess
But I will.
other.
I experience with divorce, so I do not know if things tend to be as kind of up and down as it seems to be with them. So I definitely don't have experience with that.
Yeah, neither do I. Nor do I want to.
Yeah, definitely not. But I
Mm-mm.
feel bad for their kids.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
that have been put out there, they genuinely look really torn up about it.
Yeah, yeah, they do, and I understand. It's like, I mean, they've been together for a long time, for many
Yeah.
years, and that's a lot.
I,
I especially feel for Farah because she's the youngest, and
oh my God. And
mhm.
she's
She's 15, I believe.
yeah, like I can't imagine like I've been on the internet forever. Like I've just kind of always had social media and but I that was a choice that I made. I never
Right.
was having my life filmed or anything or um was in a situation where that just was my environment.
Hmm.
And I can't imagine growing up in front of the camera during my most awkward, uncomfortable years.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, for
And
sure.
then have the world clown you for it, or like if you have even just like a
Mhm.
pimple, or like just I can't even imagine.
Right. Right. Oh yeah, definitely. And then now it looks like PK and Dorit's marriage is also on the rocks because they were supposedly like as of recently like not living together, like living separately. But then they just had another paparazzi um
Ooh,
little photo op recently. So
yeah.
like they were putting on a front. It looked like.
Oh yeah. Someone had asked me like if I thought it was actually real,
Hmm.
and I don't know. But then everything that happened with the accusations of Dorit flirting with Mauricio.
Oh, yeah, I did hear those rumors kind of floating around. Yeah, that allegedly that was happening. Yeah.
I don't really take to read as a homewrecker though.
Yeah, I don't. But then again, I this is the way I see life now. It's like you never really know anybody.
Yeah,
You never really know anyone. It's like you think you know someone and you really don't.
yeah. Did you know she was a closet smoker?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, like there were pictures released and she was like exposed for it. And
Oh,
I was shocked by that. So if I was shocked by that, I mean, I'm sure there's other things that will come out that I had no idea about at all. I feel like
wow.
she is good at, not that she's manipulative, but I definitely think that she's good at keeping things close to the vest.
Yeah. That makes sense. That I could definitely see. Yeah, it was pretty interesting though. It seemed like it was pretty um interesting. Oh, did you see how Bryn from Real Housewives of New York, how her poor girl was her shoes got caught in a escalator?
Oh my God, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, look, yeah, look it up. And you see it, and it's so funny because it was her red bottoms, like they got stuck at the bottom. Well, no, they got stuck into like the little grooves of the escalator. And then everybody kept they were a lot of people were merging the picture of like the from Wizard of Oz with the Wicked Witch or
Oh,
whatever the feet are underneath
they did not
the
do her
house.
like,
And it was oh my gosh, it was so funny. But it was so that was oh my gosh, I love Bryn. She's so funny. I love her energy, everything about her. It's
yeah, she just seems really fun. She seems like a girl's girl. And
she's made for TV, that's for sure. She's made for
yeah,
reality TV.
she reminds me of Mandy Moore.
They look alike.
Yeah, like from certain
They look
girls.
alike. Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely get a Mandy vibe.
Yeah, they look like. I want to say a few people have put pictures of them together side by side. Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely look alike. That's for sure. But
I'm excited for New York's to come back. I feel like the reunion was a little bit light, but I am excited for them to amp it up next season.
yeah, me too. Because like just like Ryan Bailey said, that I think that did he say it or was it was either I believe it was him. Yeah, that like every series, even if it's a new one coming in, they should have at least 2 seasons because you know the first seasons could be brand new. They're not really going to get it right, and there's
Yeah.
always going to be like room for
Oh,
improvement, like ironing out those kinks.
yeah,
Second
it's gonna.
season rolls around, then it's like that way you can make a decision on okay, is this going to stick or is it not going to land? What's it going to be?
Right. Is it gonna be up and it's stuck?
Mhm. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to season 2. I think it's going to be great. But it's funny, what cracks me up is that it looks like Jessel basically emerged as being the star of the season. Because in the beginning, a lot of people like weren't like liking her or enjoying her, but I think they just didn't let the season play out long enough. And then
Yeah, I
the more it
think.
has, and then her husband Pavitt's hysterical. He's
Yeah,
funny.
so just chill and like
Yeah, oh yeah. And he literally does. He really just goes to Vietnam and is like have me time. And
yeah. I
he just
loved the
he's there to
Jenna
enjoy
Wall
himself. Like
scene.
he treats himself, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So I think those women were taking it and running with it, but now everybody sees, but
Yeah. And you're right. I think that, it does take a season or two to iron everything out and kind of see what direction it's fully going to go in. But I'm curious to hear your opinion. What is the next season you think should have a reboot like that?
reboot next, I think New Jersey, Atlanta, and OC.
100%.
I
I
think
completely
those
agree.
need reboots. I think it's
Yeah.
time because especially New Jersey, I think they need it because of the fact that you've got a broken family. There's a whole broken family where there's only 2 kids left in that family. The parents are deceased and they're not getting along or anything, and it's just it's exhausting and it's draining and it's depressing. I honestly, it's depressing watching it. It's
Yeah, I typically I love OC in Atlanta, but I just feel like the last two seasons of both haven't been my favorite at least. And
Yeah,
I just feel like
missing.
it's
Yeah, they
a
were
little bit
missing their mark. Yeah.
yeah, like I want people maybe keep some of the current cast just for like familiarity, but I do think some new people should be added in to spice it up, like how they did on Jersey with Rachel and Danielle.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, definitely so. I think they just need to figure out Teresa and Melissa. I think they just need to reboot
Oh
and then keep the new
yeah,
girls in, and just kind of like figure
I,
figure that out. I think if anything, I think it's they
I'm
have
so
to figure it out because like I said, I think it's just sad that those families aren't getting along like they could
yeah,
or should. And
like
I believe that fame has a lot to do with it. That's what it seems like. It has a lot to do
yeah,
with
it
it. But
seems like yeah, like they're playing to the audience more than focusing on their relationship like off camera or
I
um
think, yeah.
yeah. And I obviously I've never met them. I don't know them. We're not like we don't have any connections or anything, but I I don't know. I feel bad for again like the kids because they're some of them are young and just they're dragged in the middle of it.
Yeah, they are. They really are. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best. But yeah, that's what it's looking like though. It's yeah, that's a mess. And what but well I will finish off with this because we're gonna get ready to wrap up here. Miami. Miami is crushing it, it looks like already. The first episode was amazing. I teared up because Gertie going through cancer and you're just literally
But
watching her. And like I started to tear up whenever she was like pulled Larsa aside and she's like, I need you. You need to
oh my
understand that I'm going to need you. Like I am really going to
God.
and I was just like, oh my God, like I can't imagine. She's already going through a lot. She's resilient. She's bounced back. She's overcome a lot. And now it's like, um, she's got to deal with cancer and
Already been through
um,
enough.
yeah, but I like seeing Larsa with a new man. Marcus.
Yes, I think like they remind me of Giselle and Jason a little bit.
Yeah, they do because of the age gap. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
about. I think they're 15 years apart. I think I might be wrong. I believe, but it's funny because I which sucked for me because I actually like Larsa a lot, but I didn't hear many good things about her from BravoCon. More people said that
ooh,
she seemed like she didn't want to be bothered, and I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that because I like her a lot. But a
yeah.
lot of people said that Marcus Jordan, that they really liked him a lot, and they said he's really personable. Have you ever listened to their podcast, Separation Anxiety?
You know what? I haven't, and I've been meaning to. Have you?
I like it. I actually like it. And believe it or not, like when I was at the most anxious time of my summer, when I was super anxious, it actually
Yeah.
did lower my anxiety by listening to it. I guess because it just took my mind off of like
Her
other things
voice is
going on.
relaxing to me.
Yeah, and he's got a great voice. I could see him doing like commentating like sports commentating or something because I know he was also he played he's an athlete as well. I know he played
Yeah.
basketball also, but he's got that voice and a demeanor about him, and I like that a lot. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, he just seems like one of those people that's just like happy to be there, chill, nice, good
Mhm.
guy.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. It's just such an interesting relationship, though.
Yeah, like I read that Michael Jordan
That he
is
wasn't that
definitely
happy about it. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
that's. I think it could possibly be true. I know that
yeah,
his mom is supportive of them. His mom, yeah, she's very supportive. Because I actually noticed the other day she made like a really sweet comment and stuff about like them together. Like they
yeah.
look good together though. They really do.
Yeah. I feel like my that's how you do a reboot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Miami should have never gone away, but even when it came back, it just came back even better than what it was. And I thought it was good, but yeah, it was good. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I'm excited to get into the season and kind of I'm 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 trying to refrain from making an opinion until at least like towards the end of the season because I feel like every time I think I know what's going to happen or every time I think I feel a certain way, it completely switches by the end.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up for now. But thank you so much for joining us. And how can everyone find you, Matthew?
Okay, I am official Matthew J on Instagram and Matthew J official on YouTube.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get you tagged too, so everyone can follow you. Please like, subscribe. I'm going to also get this posted on our podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify as well. That'll probably go on in the morning. I'm gonna get ready to upload this on to YouTube ASAP. So thank y'all so much,
Yeah,
and we'll see y'all soon. Bye bye.
bye.